Okay, you can hear me? Hello? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is another edition of the Kear Humanitarian Foundation conversation with the vision bearer. And today is Sunday, April 6th. You can remember what's happening on April 6th. By this time, we're all over the country running around and moving places, going here and there. And we'll soon be on the radio. We're just waiting for and signal back from Liberia. So please follow us, share the video, and today we'll be discussing, we'll have the same topic, water and sanitation is very important. And whenever we have a very good water system in our country, then we'll understand that, then we'll understand maybe the importance of water and sanitation. Can you hear me there? Yo. Okay, let's take a quick break. What's going on, man? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, can you hear me there, James? Hello, James. Can you hear me? Testing. James, can you hear me? Can you hear me, James? Andrew, are you there? Andrew, Chris, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, can you hear them in the studio?
No,
That's why I telling him we're not hearing him. He said he can hear us, but we're not hearing him. Then he said he think it from my end.
we can't hear him.
Yeah. Okay, guys, and the show is about to start. We are very
Can you
sorry.
hear me?
You know, hello.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Andrew. You can hear me, eh?
Yeah, clear, loud and clear.
Can you hear the guy there in the studio?
Uh,
Hello, I'm here, and you're welcome to the program. Are you getting me?
yeah, I can
Okay,
hear
now
you.
we're getting you. Now we can hear you. Okay, so let's go. And Kelvin, can you hear us? Okay, I can
Kevin
hear Kelvin.
is muted. He's muted.
Kelvin mic is muted from your end there, James. So please check his mic.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
here
but
live on the radio.
you can and Kelvin, you can hear us.
Yeah, I get to you guys clear.
Okay.
Who just answered, James or Kelvin?
No, no, Kevin. Kevin just answered.
Oh, for true, it sound like okay. And all right, so you can take it from there, James, and then before we come back in.
Yeah, so listener from wherever you are following us from, this is Kear Radio 95.9, and we are live. This program is the conversation with the CEO. Today we are talking about water and sanitation. What's the role of citizen, or how can citizens themselves, get involved into this issue of water and sanitation? Today we also have our guest in studio today who's gonna be joining us to talk about water and sanitation, and perhaps what are they doing and with that particular era rather. So again, this is Kia Radio 95.9. We are live on YouTube, Kia Communications Network. We are also live on Facebook. It's called Kia Radio 95.9 or Kia TV. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Facebook to get more updates about the station and programs that we do here. So again, welcome guys, and it's wonderful to have another fresh edition of this program here today.
Okay, thank you, thank you. So those of you who are listening by the rate of radio, we just want to say thank you. Today is Sunday. And April 6th, you remember what happened April 6th? By this time, we were running all over the place. Everybody was trying to save themselves, but thank God we are alive today. So today is April 6th. This is another beautiful day, and welcome to Conversation with the Vision Bearer of the Kear Humanitarian Organization Foundation and the Kear Communication Network. This is where your thoughts, your voice are so important to us. Now I got my co-host Andrew Kear, and we got Christopher Kear, who is the CEO of this wonderful organization. And I want to welcome our guest again for the second time, and Mr. Bajibo. And he's not representing anyone, but because of his expertise, that is why we want to bring him back to you guys, and we want to use him to help our community. So please don't leave. There are a lot of surprises. Open your phones, share the video, share it with all your friends. Go to Facebook, go to YouTube, Care Network, and you do everything you can do. At least let us interact. And let me turn it over to my co-host and Andrew Kier. What do you have to say, boss?
Good afternoon, and we'll say good evening, our fellow Liberians in the radio land. We say it's a wonderful time again to be here with you. You've always been there and making sure that we highlight issues that affect us. Those burning issues. You've been part of everything, and water and sanitation has been a running headline over the past weeks. We are here today again to delve into that. As time goes by, your input will always be needed as usual. So we want to thank you. We pray that we'll be able to have a better, beautiful show today. We look forward to interacting with you. And I want to welcome our studio guest today, Mr. Kevin Bajibo, and James also in studio. We say thank you for always being on online. Let's see how best we can discuss a couple of things that affect all of us.
Okay, thank you. And let's go to the CEO and your opening, and let's kick it off from there.
I just want to say thank you to everybody, Mr. Bajibo, for coming in studio for the second time. I actually appreciate your assistance. Thank you, Mr. Kear. Thank you, General James, as well. Let us have a great show. Last Sunday I knew what on air, but this should be a great show. So thank you guys.
Okay. Now let's start with James. James, what's trending in Liberia during the last week? What's going on? I want to apologize to you guys for not having a show last week Sunday because we all had a lot of schedule. We traveled and it was not an easy thing to get on. So we are very, very sorry. And but James, what is going on? How's the road condition? What are some of the projects going on, or what are some of the things that are going in the country right now? We have seen a lot of protests going all over the place, the motorbikes people. So just give us a little short summary, maybe in 2 minutes.
Yeah, so thank you again. Is a wonderful thing to be here today. So I'll just go quickly for the latest happenings in Liberia now. We currently have the issue of the yellow machines. As you may be aware, previously, I think some part of last year, the government raided with some yellow machines that, according to them, they are breaking in 285 earth moving machines to help with the roads in the country, roads connectivity. But then they have come again to say that, look, we have renegotiated a deal. Before it was Liberians cry about the amount that was charged in the due from whoever that the president or the government was dealing with. But then, according to them, the president set up a committee, and that committee was headed by the vice president. And then they renegotiated the deal, and they have some reduction, and it's around I think 22 million now, according to them. Also, the issue of the demolition exercises are currently ongoing across Monrovia, specifically around the Bourgeois Island area. It has started from Freeport, going all the way to the Simple Bridge. There, people have been complaining, people have been crying, but then the government is saying that look, the expansion now is the demolition rather is as a result of the expansion of the road from Freeport to Simple Bridge there. So other people will be affected. The homes, the shops, the stores, and the different things that are on the road will be broken down or demolished for the government to carry on the development. Also, you may be aware that the government also brought in some pipes. There has been this debate about project. I think you might have seen here on Facebook. The CDC, seditions particularly, and then the United Partisans are also arguing about who owns the project, the pipe that was brought into the country. They claim that it started rather in 2016 under Manasarif administration, and then it was signed officially during former President Weah administration, and now we are seeing the pipes being shipped in to help improve water supply in some places in Monrovia or in Liberia. But seditions are saying that look, this project started during our administration, so you should give us credit. United Partisans are saying no, and then they have been back and forth about who owns the project or who owns this particular project or this particular structure or something tangible that the government is carrying on in Liberia. So those are the major things that are happening. And yeah, we look forward. Today is April 6th, as you said, and many Liberians are also reflecting on this day, what happened in the many lives were taken at that time as a result of civil conflict. So yeah, and also because of that, there was a memorial service held by the veterans of the AFL in honor of the late President Samuel K. Doe, and his daughter made some remarks, that had some mixed reaction for Liberians about the life he lived and his legacy. So those are some trending issues.
I
Okay,
mean,
so is that
who cares? Who started the process or the project? Who cares?
yeah.
Does that
But
really belong to Liberian people?
we're going to dive into that, and before we go into
Oh
what
my
about the deacon, the fiber optic problem at
Yeah, that's another issue I wanted
the
to find out.
the
Yeah.
fiber optic problem? Yeah.
Yeah, that's another issue. So again, it sparked reaction amongst Liberians because some people are saying, look, the government is actually saying that since they have accessed the place, they will divert the fabric or the fiber cable, to another location or somewhere better for better communication experience. But others are saying that they are hearing some, specifically seditions are saying that look, we are hearing that the government wants to destroy the park, the PHP park, that many Liberians go to for recreational purposes, But then the government saying no, that's not the aim. But we noticed that during your regime or during former President we had time, those who constructed the park made a mistake or they were not advised properly. They constructed the park on top of the fiber cable that connects Liberia to the rest of the internet world. So because of that, they have to do something about it. So the LTA went there, they assessed the place, and they came up with a decision to divert it. And if you go there now, you'll see that they have been taking some areas to either remove it and then put it somewhere else better for Liberians to have better experience. But again, some people are having different thoughts about these things. They are saying, in fact, they are even alleging that the government wants to destroy the invisible park as well, the invisible park and the PHP park, because according to them, these parks were being constructed by former President Weah, and they are claiming that the United Party government doesn't want to see anything that is, that connects to former President Weah. So yeah, that's another debate that is in town amongst Liberians.
All right.
Okay, guys, and we can talk about this. We can take 15 minutes to let everybody give their little thoughts. But I want to say this to Liberian people: just relax. And this nothing going. It's all politics. People are going through that. All the politicians going to say it's you, that's me. Yes, that era had a problem when it comes to the fiber optic because we in that era we tried every time we had a problem with the internet. They say it's around a barrack. The problem is right in that era. Yes, it is true. If some of us who did cable, fiber optic is very thin. It's a dedicated thing that is so delicate in a way that it's like a thread. If you don't bury it the right way, anything can happen. They can cut it anytime. But hey, I don't want to go on the political side, but I don't think the government will break down the park. I don't think the government is that naive that say, oh no, we're going to take away what George Weah did. No, I don't think so. So Liberian people continue to do what you want to do. We need jobs, we need school, we need health care. But let me go over to the CEO. You were trying to say something concerning, and then people saying that you brought this, I started it, you started it. Government is a continuity process. So go
No,
ahead, CEO.
I don't want to waste your time. Let's go strictly to our studio guest. Let him make his point, his introductory point.
Okay, let's hear a little bit from Andrew. Then from there we'll go to our studio guest, and then we can.
I know it is very annoying, and then I can see where the CEO is coming from. It's unfortunate that our government and other past officials will be dwelling on, trivial issues.
Yes.
Now, even if the current government has a problem of whatever that was done in the past, and technically that there's some issue that needs to be corrected, I would think that even people say people of again, we owe the Liberian people clear explanation as to what's going on. It could be the LTA, it could be whatever institution that is leading on whatever not reform, but the corrective measure as to what is obtaining in PHP, why people are digging and trying to correct situation that has to do with the fiber cable. The Liberian people need clear explanation.
Right.
Once the issue is clearly explained and people know it, people will not raise misconceptions. Not even the past government official will also raise misconceptions. You have to tell people why you are doing what you are doing and
Right.
the reason why. If people don't know, it's like your people without knowledge, they perish. And so all of this confusion with waste of time, with people talking issue, then it becomes like a gossip issue. No, it should not be a gossip issue if things are not well explained. So I would think that the government, through the LTA or be it the telecommunication group, the experts should be able to have even a press conference, should be able to invite media institutions to get a clarity on all that is going on. When you do these things, you tend to also you tend to do away with the gossip, the misconception, the misinterpretation. Anything short of that, with poor communication surrounding what government is doing and what government is about to do, you will always have people to misinterpret you. And you should respect even the wrong interpretation because things are not clearly stated. So I think also our media institution, our radio people should follow up with most of these things so that we can get more clarity and we can also have it as a discussion or in a news report that all of these things can be clarified. Anything short of that, like I said, will only border around gossip. And I think Liberia should have graduated from the particular page long time.
Yeah.
If we don't do this, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time of the Liberian people.
Okay, let us go into our little business. We got with us our guest here today is Kelvin J. Bajibo. He was here 2 weeks, 2 Sundays ago. And Bajibo, welcome to the conversation with the Vision Bearer. Welcome.
Thank you so much, General. How are you? How you doing?
Okay,
How
yes.
today?
Give us your opening right there. Then we can start to hit you up again. And a lot of things we want to clear. And the CEO got some stuff and Andrew, and then we kick it in. So just go ahead, sir.
Okay. All right. So thanks for the time again once more. we are back to do piece of job for the Liberian people, like you just said, and that's a good thing. So we're back again. When it comes to the wash issue, it's everybody's business because water sanitation and hygiene plays a key role in everyone's life, most especially when it comes to the water aspect. So I noticed a few things a few days when I were up country. Majority of our hand pumps in districts are down simply because technicians were trained. They were not yet trained, but some of them went with the momentum of collecting money, not the knowledge. And so because of that, 95% of the hand pumps from where I started monitoring going down, it's a whole, it's two districts, Bo and Kear and the Babli district down Nima County. And I get to understand from gray going inside, you just see like one hand pump functional, the balance 7 to 8 hand pumps down. Some of them, their problems are just very simple. Some of them are just UC problem. Some of them are bobbing problem. Some of them are old ranges problem. And whenever you ask, say, oh, what is the problem? They say, oh, when we live for the handle, it just drop. So what making the drop? Do you have a technician here? Yeah. But when you try to get to the technician to see how best he can give you a knowledge on what's going on, he doesn't tell you anything else. In fact, the guys will start running away. When you call, he say, "Oh, I come here. I come here." He passed behind the horse, and that person will leave and go. So I think this wash issue, though we had a lot of institutions that came and did a lot of training for us, but people were only looking at the sitting fees. They were not going for the knowledge, only the sitting fees. Because normally when an institution call you for a training, maybe take you from your community to the next community that you spend like 3 or 4 days for wash training. Sometimes what they do is that they give you lodging, they give you feeling, and then they give you per diem at the end of the day. So if you calculate that amount of money, some institutions are paying like $50 per day, and the person is spending 5 days. It's $250 right there. So that guy is sitting in the training. He's not calculating the training section at all. He's not even in the training section. His mind on what he can make, what he's going to get, how he's going to purchase it and purchase that and take it back home for he and family to survive. So I noticed that when I make that trip the last week, Monday, because I went with some materials. When I went with some materials, and those materials I carry, they were especially for just, let's say, 2-3 hand pumps that I needed to work on because we had a feast ongoing, so I needed to work on that. But when I got at the New Year, I had to prepare little like 7 hand pumps that I could lay hand on and work on it. So when you look at this wash issue, it actually is very key. The community need to take their own initiative. Even when it comes to the hygiene promotion aspect, it's another key component, and I saw a lot of risks involving people's life. People who even left and went for training for hygiene promotion, they comes back, like they don't even see it. All of the pumps that are down, there is no fence. The rules and regulations that need to be met, leaving your slipper outside the pump, going into the pump with bare feet and pump the water, these methods are no longer working. Cattle has scattered all over the place. And the feces of a cattle is very much dangerous, more especially pig. They are all in the various communities. They are all over in the various community, moving from place to place, entering people's bathroom, kitchen, and even the hand pumps. Their feces are all over the place. So people are even using their slippers in the pump to go and pump water. And the training that was conducted back in the days, the rules is that you have to leave your slipper outside the hand pump and step in with your bare foot to pump the water. Because sometimes the pump may have a crack in it, and that crack that is in the hand pump, in that apron, because that concrete form that is around the hand pump, they call it the apron. In that apron, once you have a crack in that apron, and maybe you move a slipper in there, the water waste in the position where the slipper is, definitely it's going to roll into that crack. And it's going directly into the well again. And once it's entered into the well again, outbreak will begin, because the same water you're drawing is the same water you're about to drink. And that's the same place you carry your slippers. So at the end of the day, you see that certain point in time, you see, the people getting sick, their stomach running and stuff. So people are not really looking at the hygiene promotion method to use it wisely that the way it was taught. So
Okay, let's hold you there because we don't want to take everything out of you. Then we'll not ask any question. We want to say again, welcome, and we really need your expertise. And the CEO got a question for you, and Andrew got some concerns. And Andrew, turn it to you.
Yeah, Brother Pajibo, again, I want to welcome you to the program. This is a very major concern in the country. I don't want it to seem that just Monrovia and its environs, um, with these challenges that we are faced with, one can now say the issue of poor governance, weak policy, control measures, and that should be coming from say Water and Sewer Corporation. To what extent, currently, um, has the Water and Sewer Corporation being of a major connection to the rural sector, in the rural sector, and that of also the urban area in Monrovia. Now, I asked a question based on some of the lapses that you just talking about. Now, if they can occur just closer to where we are, where we should be able to see full implementation of these the risk issue, hygiene issue, if they're not being fully employed, then we're more about the interior. What is the connection of Water and Sewer Corporation in terms of its leadership that you could speak to?
yeah. So actually, when it comes to water and sewer, they are not really all over Monrovia, because focusing directly on Monrovia right now, they are not all over Monrovia, but they got some stations and substations around town, especially for the Pinsville Belt. They got a few communities that are connected in Pinsville, not the entire Pinsville, but they got communities that are involved, with their activities. And one of the communities that really need them, and I mean, actually, they have not really been there and having a lot of inhabitants, is the Rahel community, ELW Rahel community. I mean, that identical area is a serious issue, more especially when it comes to that Rahel community, because one guy there, he's the one got a borehole down in almost like down in the valley and pumping water to the tank up there and selling gallons of water to people in the Rahel community. And there's a real wake-up call for the Rahel community for water and sewer to move in, because it has a lot of inhabitants. There are a lot of people living there, but no water. As we speak, we are even buying water by gallon, because I got family members who live there, are always there almost every week. I goes there 2 or 3 times. And once that guy pump is not pumping, it's a serious issue. Everybody, I mean, don't have water until he starts to pump before. So it's a serious issue. Not all over Monrovia water and sewer is. They are trying their best, but they have not reached all over Monrovia. So we're still having huge community that need water and don't have water. They are still waiting on them.
Just a minute, CEO. People listening to you, and they're not only in Liberia, but just from the U.S., people who watch us by YouTube and Facebook, one would just figure out and say, what a real tough situation Liberia is into. I mean, we have a serious crisis. If you can have, say, one individual who trying to improvise with respect to even the issue of safe drinking water to a community in Monrovia, Lisa talk about it, the whole of Liberia. I mean, it's like, where is the government on this major issue of water and sanitation? That even Rock Hill community, which is faced with one challenge, they were more about the rest of the country. If you were sitting in a seat that we sit in, I mean, you're a common person, but you are in the field and have seen the challenges, the risks that are involved as to and then how it relates to health. If you were seated in the seat of Mo Ali, who's yet to come and provide some clarification and hope to the Liberian people with respect to safe drinking water and sanitation. What would you say to people there in Cape Palmas, people in Grand Bassa County, people in Cape Mount, people in Lofa, people in Bapolu, people in Magibi, sitting in our seat, Liberia pressing aid in terms of modernization? What would you say to people in that direction as to where we find ourselves?
Okay. If I'm sitting in the seat of Mo Ali, I think I need to do more. What I'm saying, I need to do more because people are waiting to hear from me. I think there are a lot of WASH actors across Liberia. For an example, we have a lot of institutions that is involving to WASH. And more besides, I'm going to liaise with them to see how best, if, for example, we have a hand pump, because what happening right now is that there's a new formula or there's a new way of doing it, or you can give somebody pipe and water through a borehole. I would like to see how best I can get to those institutions, lobbying with them to see how best we can get at the various counties level, do a reservoir and make sure that that reservoir is functional, very much deeper, because that would be a borehole very much deeper, and see how we can distribute water to various communities. Because just sitting to say, oh yeah, the pipe and water, we'll just take it and carry it to Banga, from Banga we'll move to Ganta, small. It will not solve the problem. It will not end the problem today. So the best thing is to do is that move out to all the WASH actors, speak with them, see how best you can connect with them to create more services for you and your people to have safe drinking water. You won't just sit down at the office level to say, okay, yeah, say we got pipes coming. When the pipes come, we'll join them and see how we can get them going. No. But we liaise with other people. They got other groups of other branches of government or other institutions in government are also involved in the WASH. The WASH Commission get to them. They are, how you can say, or the Environmental Protection Agency, the environmental science people who are at the county level on a county health team. You liaise with them because all of you guys are almost like probably working in one section, and seeing how best you can be on their back. You guys can work together, have a dialogue meeting, institute a dialogue meeting from county to county, and see how best that problem. We know that it may not be solved in 100%, but at least that problem could be solved at least at 80 to 90%. We are moving forward. Though everybody will not have that pipe and water at once, but once the pumps are being repaired, reservoirs are being installed, we believe that people will get safe drinking water. If I'm sitting in that seat, I think that is what I'm going to do to make sure that everybody can reach out with safe drinking water. I'm not just going to sit there and waiting for a pipe to come and then say, yeah, take the water from my coffee hydro and let's see how we can send it to Banga, send it to to Ganta, and like that. There are other smaller paths that we can use to give people safe drinking water. If I'm sitting in that seat, it's what I'm going to do, to work with other WASH actors.
Thank you. I actually look forward to another time that we will have Mo Ali. These are questions. We're just beating around a couple of concerns until we can get people who are currently handling these tasks in government. The Liberian people are still looking up to see, to hear from us how things can be well simplified and clarified so that people can have hope of believing in the social services that government is supposed to provide. Because the Ministry of Health, the health component is also concerned with this whole water and sanitation crisis in Liberia. You have also the Ministry of Public Works. It has had a very robust WASH, a program that been going on, and I would think that they have regional offices as well. Even the Water and Sewer Corporation has its own. All of these stakeholders working in collaboration with the international community that is also on the ground. The Swedish government have also been playing a major role. UNDP have also been playing some role in there too. So, but again, it will take people like Mo Ali to putting all of these things into context, because the water and sanitation crisis in Liberia is something that if it is not clarified, our people will continue to have a misconception. Two, we will not be able to live most of the issue from a real burning perspective for people to know. But I want to thank you, for your input, and let me give room to the other panelists to be able to come in.
Okay, Kamisio.
Yeah, Mr. Batibo, thank you so much. I just wanted to ask a couple of questions on one question here. Who is the leading party when it comes to the sanitation aspect in Liberia? That the water and sewer department or the wash or the other people you talk about in Liberia? Because I see the reason I'm asking the question is because this is the same situation that we're talking about when it comes to the leadership of our government. It's the city is actually overpopulated, and there's no way government can controls its own inhabitants or the way of giving its citizens safe drinking water. Everybody wants to come to Monrovia. There's no driven ideas and directive in place for the government to provide any type of safe and drinking water for its people. So I want to actually understand because the hand pump is a microwave process or exercise, but is there any long-term and safe project in place that will actually provide a massive drinking water for like a whole community or two without just the hand pump? The hand pump I can consider to be a microwave exercise for a short, taking care of a short, problem for now. But the long run, what is actually in place, what the government is actually doing, besides giving the hand pumps in this community that they don't last long at all, for probably for a month or two or three, and go back to the same problem.
Well, like for other projects that we are seeing in other communities that has to do with the reservoir stuff, it's better off too because the reservoir stuff you're not going to pump water. You got a solar system that been set up, and then you got like 3, 4 polar tanks up at 25 feet. Sometimes the stem could be 25 feet, and you have like 2,000 gallon up there, and then the solar system provides the pumping of the water from the source to the system up there, and then it's being distributed by what we call the tap stem, where you have 4 or 5 person drawing water simultaneously. So the tap stems help to do the distribution. That you're not using hand pump any longer. It only comes from the reservoir down to you, and then you use the tap stem to get water. But then what happens is that you have to also set up a treatment plan for that, because normally when you're doing that, we got something in the water they call the seals. People would say, "Oh, I'm looking like dust and stuff." The seals is part of the well. Once you do the well, you develop the well. At the end of the day, you have the seals because the pump is powerful. That submersible pump is powerful, right? It's going to be sucking, and as it's sucking with force. So you see, during the dry season, the water table will drop. For example, you did a well that is like 150 feet, right? And your starting water level should be like 75, let's say 75 feet starting water level. For example, starting water level is 75 feet. So get at the back of your mind, that water will be added to one time. That will be times another one. So you will have 150 feet water during the rainy season, and during the dry season, the water table will also drop to 75 feet, simply because you have a downpour of rain and you have water going back in the soil. But then your starting water level will be 75 feet during the dry time, from let's say November up to March. Let's say somewhere around April, you have that 75 feet. But once you rain starts to fall continuously, the water table rises up. So in so doing, you have to have a water treatment plan, at least for the water to pass through a filtration method and goes to the tank. It will also help you because we have something called a filter. Once you use the filter, it helps to clean the water before you send it up to the reservoir up there for people to get it, flush for drinking or for taking home, and for use also. So it's also to help bigger communities. It's almost like a power pump water. That's the same treatment plan stuff, but the only thing is smaller. That's all. It contains small population of people. It may serve little or like maybe like 200, 300, up to 500 persons. Once you get it being well processed.
But that way better than actually just the hand pump
Yeah, sure.
in its entirety. But yeah, thank you so much, James. Invite the audience in studio today. We're actually going to be closing on the sanitation segment, and at the end of the show, we'll come up with a winner from the I think past quarters to see who came up with the most referrals in the program from past weeks. Okay.
Okay, so I'll announce the number very shortly. The number is 0777 959 959 0777 959 959. You can place in your call and make your input on the program conversation with the vision bearer, and we are talking water and sanitation. You can also follow us on YouTube as well, and then Facebook to subscribe to our channel, and then follow us for more update on the program. So do it again, 0777 959 959 0777 959 959 is the number to call and make your point on the program conversation with the CEO, and we are talking about water and sanitation. 0777 959 959 0777 959 959 is the number to call and make your input on the program. This is Kear Radio 95.9.
All right. General, go ahead.
Last part here.
Okay. I'm trying to load these pictures up.
We
Go ahead.
lost that caller. When you call back, I'll let you know.
All right, go ahead.
So again,
And somebody strike a very good point also. The issue of maintenance of even the few water and sanitation facilities that are available. My you since the war, after the war.
Can we take that person?
Okay, go ahead.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I'm Senator Smith. I do join from Bill community.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yeah, I'd love to say thank you to the field guest. But you know, in Bill community, these are some of the challenge we are facing. Because Bill community is a sunny area. So every time when we have to dig well or what have you, the water will be that full of mud. You getting my point, brother?
Yeah, I'm getting you. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. So now for me, I desire to do a project. But I don't know who's really, idea or you just take now to see out there. Every time the water coming over, it'll be clean. So I'm hoping you please educate me on that. Thank you.
Okay, you see your name again, please.
I'm Senator Smith. I do join from Bill community.
All right, thank you.
Is that a first time calling?
You got that person number?
Yeah, I got a number and a name.
And Bajibo, can you take down? Those are very good questions he's asking, and so we will go through a few calls and then okay.
Good evening, welcome. Your name, what do you join us for? Please walk away from your monitor. The feedback is not good. It's terrible.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I got it off.
Okay, go ahead, please.
My name is John Day. I live abroad.
Okay, please go ahead. You part abroad.
Yeah, I live at Jackson, Academy.
Okay, please go ahead.
We got to see water problem even by this time for us to find the water, all the water to drop, more especially we using hand pump. The new mentor the brother is talking about, we are not receiving any. So we still using our traditional means by the hand pump. So I tell the students thank you, but we really want an advance out there that what he's talking about, at least on his side. So I want me to call you. I thank you very much.
Okay, before you leave, 2 questions. Is it your first time calling on the program?
Yes, this is my first time calling on the program.
Okay, the next question is, what is the community doing to help to get some of these things?
We need to solution, but when we are not discuss anything, but we are not seeing anybody with different idea, at least we can discuss concerning our water issue.
But in case somebody has the idea and then they're willing to help, are you guys willing to support the person?
Oh yeah, highly. We willing to support the person. So
okay.
highly.
All right, thank you. Keep listening.
Okay, thank you.
Good question.
All right, Mr. Bajibo, you want to address some of the concerns? Some I think the previous caller wanted some education on his situation, something like that.
Yeah, he said
Water
in
has color.
document, yeah. So
Water has color.
yeah.
So for where they are situated, from Doe community all the way to Iron Factory, Battery Factory,
Yeah.
coming down to New Georgia, all those communities having similar problems because of the texture of the soil that they are basing on. So the only thing that can happen for them is that, one, they have to use the filtration method, either using the aluminum sulfate. The aluminum sulfur, you see it almost looking like salt. It got bigger grains like salt. It's being sold in Clarendon and other areas where they got water treatment. That's the only solution. Or create a water treatment plant that will treat the water. That water treatment plant cost pretty close to $3,600 US. To get that plant being fixed and to purify water, and you have a filter in the middle running.
For hand pump or for the reservoir?
He's not talking about hand pump. He's
So I
talking
mean-
about the color.
Okay.
To have water pure. To have this pure, you need a water system setup. And that water system setup will cost you not less than $3,600 US to set up that system. So another way they could do it is that they can get the aluminum sulfur. By the aluminum sulfur, you see it, like I said, almost like salt, bigger grain. You sell it in Clarendon, get the aluminum sulfur, you apply based upon the color of the water. And then what happens, it will stabilize the flux, which is that water color. It will stabilize it and drop it down to the bottom of the bucket, filter it, and then you can dip it and pull in another bucket and use it. It will not have color if you're using the aluminum sulfur.
Quick question, Bajibo.
Yeah.
Now, when you talk about, I mean, that's just a specific issue the president talked about in their community. I'm talking about also a community that spreads beyond, say, maybe, say people living in a that say maybe around the Gardnersville area where you have the, I don't, is that Gardnersville area, that swampy area, but for that whole region, are we seeing every pump that gets not every pump or every well that get probably erected there, you have to erect that particular filtration device to purify the water? Is that what you see?
No. Some of these communities are situated on a proper soil, on a water soil that whenever you do the drilling or you do the well, their water is clean because they have, some of the communities have the wet sand. That wet sand is a filter altogether by itself.
Okay.
You go further and you bottle that wet sand and that wet rock. When you bottle it, then you have a cool water. But if you go down and bottle with the brownish texture, you see almost like H2SO4 rusting iron. That's how it looks like. The water don't change. I even did a water testing for somebody. Everything is working well, but the color is 28. Like I said the other time, the color is 28. So breaking that color down, you will need a water system to be set up before you break that color down. So from that battery factory in, coming all the way to the community, all of them on the scenes, they are on the same soil. So all of them having that same issue. We even did a drill well there. They're having that same issue.
What's the safe number after 28 is bad? What is the safest number?
Let's say the water color should be around, let's say the pH, which is the phenol rate, should be around, if you got 5 to 8, 5 to 10 is good. Anything crossing down to 12, 15 going upward, it's not good because definitely you can't wash well clothes with it. It will definitely hold it.
So 5.8 should be alkaline.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you see, Bajibo, now we are just talking about specific community with some of the issues. Now, what it also tells you is that the Water and Soil Corporation needs to take note of all of these things here.
Need to move in.
The whole of Monrovia will be rescued, will be saved when it comes to even safe drinking water. When all of these things are put into place to serve community, that taking note of even people that live in swampy area. I see one of the viewers, what her name, Yvonne Iyo, she talked about her husband, that had worked for some NGO in the past. Now, I mean, these are key experiences where government need to make use of these expertise to give our people the better services so as to avoid health crisis. Because if we don't do these things, it's going to affect the entire. I mean, Monrovia is going to. It's already be affected. So you are someone who is in the area, but if these key things are not, well noted by Water and Sewer Corporation, we'll just be facing a problem on the surface. There were more about even the hinterland. Is that we need to have a uniform approach to being able to address this issue of water and sanitation. But if we are only dealing with it on a privileged few basis, because the big shot live in this area, and that's the only way they can deal with it, trust me, we will have no problems. And I believe that the community leaders, district by district, people should be able to review the challenges that are being faced by many communities, similar to the other communities, so as to find a uniform approach to really solving most of these problems. And if we don't do so, we'll have problems.
So, like she said, right? The organization that distributed the filter she's talking about, they call them Lastwell. I also work with Lastwell in few counties. Lastwell distributed soil filter that costs in America, I think, pretty close to $50 US for one of those filters. And Lastwell brought millions of those filters to Liberia. And they were distributed at various communities level. In the hinterland, people received that filter. But guess what? Some of them took that filter bucket and put rest, keep beans and other things into it, and they are still going back to the creek. So, I mean, hygiene promotion is key. We still got to go back to that. What she's saying is true. Our part of Lastwell and soil filter distribution through Equip Liberia.
Yeah, so everything we're discussing here, the maintenance aspect follows
maintenance, education, awareness, train our people, educate them. The problem is not going to be solved today, but that goes back to the government.
Yeah, sure.
If you did that in the past and this is a technology that have not been something in use. So it's about time that we maintain it in terms of education, in terms of training, in terms of capacity building, through even the superintendent, through the senators.
Good evening, welcome. Oh, we lost the person. So let me announce the number again: 077-959-959. 077-959-959 is the number to call. Make an input on the program. 077-959-959 is the number to call and make an input on the program. The conversation with the Vision Bureau, and then this is Kear Radio 95.9. So again,
you got a call. You got a call.
Yeah, I got someone already.
Okay, all right. Go ahead.
Good evening, welcome.
Yes, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Your name and what do you join us from?
This is Steve Kear, calling from the number 26 Monrovia.
Steve Kear. Okay, please go ahead. Please go ahead, Steve. You're live.
Okay. Thank you. Let me say what's up to the CEO and the panelists. The other sanitation, is very paramount to all society, in every society, and every community, more especially Liberia. The kind of situation of Liberia, sanitation issues, is kind of completely training and they had to be seriously attention. In my community, like I said before, I'm one person who are involved into sanitation with all of my workings, and I make sure that every first Saturday a month, I take my people around. We do a serious cleaning up around the community and the environment. So basically, the sanitation issues are very concerning in the society and in Liberia. So I just prayed and also urge the foundation, the Humanitarian Foundation of the Kear Network, to not get tired of engaging the people and encouraging them, putting their attention into sanitation issue when it comes to Liberia sanitation aspect.
Okay.
All right.
So you have called before, right?
Yeah, I called here before.
Okay. Thank you so kindly.
Okay, thank you.
General, you want to display some of the exhibits?
Yeah, go ahead. I will join you that quick. I try to.
So, line again. Good evening, welcome.
Oh, call out, guys.
Yeah, I'm starting again now and I call from the 10th Street there.
Okay, please go ahead.
Actually, I called it last time. And it was welcome to one single bell, people take your guys and put it on the junior line. As soon as for the district unit for, you find it back coming into the community and blocking all the juniors. So we put me awareness, need to put awareness that we give a community and how to dispose their waste and where to take the waste. So I tell you what, also I had a conversation song called Keep Your Beer Clean. Well, I want to care from one to help put the song in so that every style that I'm here around and do a clear campaign awareness for people to learn where and how to dispose their waste. I think it will also help.
Okay.
Good point.
All right. You say your name again, please.
I'm starting again now.
Okay.
I called last time.
Were you the one who came to the station last time?
Yeah. I did too.
Yeah, but then the manager told you to wait here because we are not fully operational. So perhaps they will call you after everything. Yeah. So let's just let's keep it. We'll take your name and your number.
And
Again?
in our song, I have the title of the Care Foundation, the four pillars: education, agriculture, sanitation, and healthcare.
Okay, you say your name, please. You say your name.
I'm Saki Ekeno.
Saki Ekeno.
Okay, Sati Noah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. We'll give you a call, or once we start resume our activity, then we'll give you a call. Probably we're gonna work together on it.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. So the number again 0777-959-959 0777-959-959 is the number to call and make your point on the program Conversation with the Vision Bearer, and we are talking water and sanitation. We also have a guest in studio here discussing about the issue of water in the different communities and how we can have safe drinking water for ourselves. So again, I just want to strike a point that is being raised by somebody who has been following us. So this is something very serious. Maintenance has been a very serious issue in our country.
Sure.
Even the roads we have, the different government building or structures, maintenance has been a serious issue because if any NGO or government comes to construct something in your community or in a particular region, it is the responsibility of the citizens or the residents there to first start to maintain that particular project or structure or whatever that has been done. But if you decide to say, okay, because government did it or NGO do it, so they will come back again, so then it becomes a problem. I have an experience in one or two communities, I will not call the name, where the hand pump got damaged, where the hand pump that is being used by a bulk of the residents there. So the hand pump got damaged. That hand pump is privately owned by one of the residents there. So the hand pump got damaged in that community for maybe somebody. So one of the people there was using the hand pump, and then due to that, probably I think they knocked something. The hand got weak, so it could not pump again. So after that happened, everybody abandoned the hand pump. Everybody, I'm telling you, not a single person came to argue and say, "Oh, send the hand pump and God damn it, or something happened to you. What can we do as community or as residents to help?" Because since this is the place that we get water from, not a single person went there after 1-2 weeks. So
Okay.
the lady decided that she will fix the pump at her own expense. But this time around, she'll place huge restriction on the pump, meaning there'll be time to open and time to close. There'll be no slipper going in, and then small children will not use the pump or will not draw water from the pump. People started complaining, "Oh, you want to be selfish? Oh, because you pay pump." People started to say all sort of things at her because look, you cannot spend your hard-earned money to fix something, you open it up to everybody. It's okay, since we are all humans, let's use the pump and get water. But then after the pump was destroyed, not by her or anybody from her house, but somebody else. And then nobody could come to really show concern to say, "Oh, what has happened?
Okay.
What can we do?" Give me that $5, $10 here. Yeah, at
Let
least
hold you there, and let hold you. I want to go to Kelvin before I show some pictures. And Kelvin, do the people? You think we stay digging well in Monrovia? Like there's place in Monrovia that people still dig well.
Sure.
Yeah, people doing well.
Okay. Now I want you to show. I want us to look at this picture. These were pictures on Facebook, and these were pictures I saw the minister walking. I think they went on some. So look at this picture. These are all, like Brent man would say, what some kind of way we call it. These are pictures from the city itself. So what do you think
Waterside.
happened to where that? Yeah, you want to talk about it, and
Yeah,
Kelvin, before we go to the
we can talk about it. So
yeah,
in that Denegal area, let's go to the store that will come to the street. Those people
okay,
who even in the store does not have a wash facility. Take for example, a business person went and say, I came to purchase 1,000, 2,000 your goods for you, but I'm jammed.
yeah,
I want to use the bathroom. They will
you
definitely
gotta
tell you,
go.
say,
No
you gotta
bathroom.
go by the water side there and no bathroom, go on the bridge and stuff. That one aspect. But right, city corporation who regulates these stores and other things in waterside there should be on the back of these people to have a wash facility. Every store should have a wash facility for his or her customer, including themselves. But if you check all of the stores in that place, they will always tell you, say, we don't have bathroom, go on the bridge there and go and eat yourself. That one side of it. The next thing, this picture that we are looking at here right now, honestly speaking, any facility you have around that place is not safe. Because why? Everything you see that running there, they are running underground. And the water is also running underground. Like I said the other time, you can have a latrine being placed on top of the well. You could remember that, right?
Yes.
Once you definitely that well, you ought to put X to that well and close it up because all of the feces are running down into that well and people are drinking the feces. So anywhere you see around that place, where you see that feces running like that, the separator open, the drainage is open, and you see feces running. In fact, they are boiling from the separator and stuff. Anywhere around there is not safe.
So
That's it.
and Andrew, in a developed country, for such a picture, don't you think they will shut that whole place down before they even
Of
try to fix it?
course. Of course.
Because how you going to fix this thing without shutting our entire place down?
Wow.
So you see, the citizens, the government, but these are places that were never touched for so long. These we
What's
build
the
these
yellow stuff on
places.
the ground?
Yeah, we build these places for so long. These are real toilet coming up. And I'll tell you, I drove in this area before. It was not worse like this. And I almost, man, that's why I refuse to drive around Gurley Street and Gurley and Benson Street, right at that intersection. That is the place. And there's another one again. And look at some of the things there. And we got this one. Look at Red Light and Gorbachev Market. This is Red Light. These are new pictures. Red Light and Gorbachev Market. When the government took over, they were cleaning all these places and everything just back into where it used to be before. But yet and still, we got people selling water around there. We got people cooking. We got people doing other things. So you got health hazard. You got everything in this one picture. You want to say something, and Andrew?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have to be a health practitioner to say to more or less speak to the risk that is involved. Look at the issue of even the air that is being breathed from there. Look at the pollution that is being caused from there. Look at even the hazard, the health hazard, and everything you think about with food people buy from there, and they go home and eat. So you see the impact that it has on the health. So all of these behavioral challenges as to how we ourselves contribute to most of these things, they come back to haunt us. But what is also key is about government's intervention in terms of the governance that is required to handle most of these critical issues. They are very key. If we do not intervene in a timely fashion, it affects our people, and then the how you call the problem you thought you could have saved in one day, it will be a problem that will erupt that you won't be able to even handle months and months beyond. So these are major concerns in terms of health crisis that the Ministry of Health, the Monrovia City Corporation, the Pittsville City Corporation, the Ministry of Public Works, all of these stakeholders, they are all connected with these things. Something has to be done. Something has to be done. If nothing is done on a daily, look, we increase the health challenges that we have in our country. There should be a wake-up call for intervention. There's a need to handle these things quickly as possible, or else our people are at risk every day. I mean,
Yep.
that's all I
Yep.
could say. I mean, I
See,
don't.
you want to add something on it? And there are a lot of other pictures. Do you want to add something? And
No,
to those of you listening, this is not politics. We are also trying to tell our people in the communities this is a partnership thing. We got to try our best. But in Liberia, we just wait for one. Yes, this government responsible will pay taxes. We got to do all. They got to help us. But you, as a citizen, is right in your community. What are you doing about it? Go ahead, CEO.
I mean, to your point, I want to be very laconic in my expression here, but I mean, don't you worry about being political or to politicize your point here. That's not the issue here. The issue is the safety of the Liberian people. Okay, don't be afraid to say this is not politics. It's always a good idea to discuss politics when the need arises. So it's not about we're not being political. Or this is not it's not meant to to be some to give some political expulsion in our discussion here. But what we're trying to address here is the elephant in the room. We've seen this situation right before our own eyes. How can we ignore it and say we don't want to be political? Of course we have to be political because we have to address some of these issues. That's why the people are crying. And you have the ability to address these things or get it done, but you're not doing it. You're driving. I'm actually 100% sure that some of the senators, representatives, or whoever
They see all these things.
they're seeing it. And how can you be so like blindfolded and saying like and people living in these conditions and we ignore it. So I just don't want also apologize for not for being political in some way or in some form. So go ahead and show some exhibits that we'll probably call the studio guests into.
Okay, look at this one there. We got Boosie Quarter right behind us. We got Boosie Quarter, we got Red Light, or we got West Point.
Wow.
All these places, and people just driving around there. People see these things. Official goes into the market. They goes there every day. How do you feel? You go to your house, it's all clean, and you drive in this community with your car, your $50,000 car, your $45,000 car, and all tinted up, and you see your citizens walking around. That is why the typhoid, the diarrhea, all the kind of sickness that are not supposed to be even around by this time is all over the place. Yes, this is the responsibility of a government. You got to make sure the place clean. You got to get good health care. You got to make sure that schools are okay, good roads. Then we take it from there. Then we will take all the other things. But look at these. Look at these pictures. It's in all the places. Nobody want to live in Monrovia anymore. Maybe they're trying to discourage the residents to leave to go into other counties. But it's so sad, guys. It's sad. And Liberians, we try our best. But these are some of the things that are going on today. And yes, we are a humanitarian, but we got to talk to you. We got to talk to the government. And we're not going to apologize on that. But this is not politics. We owe no party. We owe no loyalty to any political party. So we can speak, and we speak for the Liberian people. And let's go back to the line and tell us how your community look like. When you call, tell us, is your community clean? You doing something? So at least when you're doing something, we can hold the other party responsible too. So call, and today they're going to get the final, and you're going to get your prize. And after the calls, we know who have been trying. So you can still also recommend people to call. And the WhatsApp line, if you're in America, you want to call, you can still call and make a contribution. And if you're in the United States and you want to come on, I can bring it on right now. Maybe you want to say something. Maybe you just came from Liberia yesterday and you want to tell us something, you are free to send me a message. Go ahead, and James.
077-959-959, 077-959-959 is the number to call and make your input on the program. 077-959-959, 077-959-959 is the number to call and make your input on the program here today.
Yeah.
And there's something I wanted to talk about. I think we have someone on the line. Good evening and welcome.
Hello, good evening. This is Red Power International. I'm calling from Mount Barkley.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I've been listening to your analysis on the radio. My brother, I wonder as to whether God has forgotten us, or what is wrong with our membrane, or our medulla, or our thinking, or our personal hygiene. But behoves you to know that these guys that you talk about, they are driving for the $5,000 car in Pupu Waka.
Yeah. You're absolutely right.
Right.
What is wrong with this country? What is wrong with us?
Very insensitive.
Our houses, our yard is clean. We have safe drinking water. We feel comfortable while other people are going without safe drinking water. People are eating in the fishes.
Yeah.
And it's surrounding. My brother, I one time went in our area. Can you see? I saw a lady. I'm very, very in love with that lady. I went and she came me to where she lived. I entered our community. I saw people sitting in a people set eating. I could not breathe. I ran away. I ran away and never returned. The
You
woman
made
said,
it laugh.
Yeah.
My God, what is happening to us? You gotta
It's
change
sad.
community. You gotta
And,
change.
and also look at the international lines, and there are other people who ask me. I just send a number to them. Maybe they want to call the WhatsApp. So look at it.
Brother, hello?
Yeah.
Your
we're
life-
Yeah,
listening.
we can hear you.
It's not like Liberia can be better. It is really us can make this country better. But other than that, my brother, I believe that Liberia should be returned to a stewardship. Then somebody
Damn
come
it.
and manage this country for at least 10 to 20, 30 years, that this country
That's
will
it
be
for me.
better in comparison with Ghana, Nigeria, and other countries. Other than that, we will not go nowhere.
Thank you.
Because
Thank you so much.
our ideas is always Liberia.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay, thank you very much. And please call. And if you in the United States, the WhatsApp number is there. You can call the WhatsApp number. And if you're in Liberia, you can call. Want to hear from you. And maybe you want to call Andrew phone. You can put it on. You want to call Kear phone and Chris. You can call his phone. He will put it on. Maybe you got something to say. But this is very, very important, and it's
Someone on the line here.
heartbreaking, to be frank. Wait,
Good evening and
yes.
welcome.
So on the line.
Evening, sir.
Your name and where do you join us from?
Maurice from McDonald Street.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I may comment president for how working when you come to some of the training of the. There are a lot of places, especially on McDonald Street, some of those guys used to park on the street for more than 2 days or a week. But this time around, the car circles, I do the trying, they can be around, like even in the night, in the morning, afternoon time, they can pass around. Our deck in front of community. You find some people, you have to pick that deck when I drop a middle, you have to dash it down on the middle, and the people you welcome, no hesitation, they welcome and pick it up. That's okay, they carry it to where it belongs. I am a comment also the president for that, so in that game, easy, the Mosquito. Yeah, then now, I did the Mosquito, then we will call it down, I've been a little bit. Thank you very much.
He said you want to commend the president for what? What is he talking about?
For the cleaning of the city.
And that's cleaning up right there that you saw right before your eyes. I don't want to see if it do not clean the city. They got all the yellow machines that they brought. Why they can take, some of them to clean, to do a campaign and clean that city there. I don't want to see you like take the next one.
Good evening and welcome.
I'm in a UP, let a pure UP breed president.
Good evening, welcome. Okay, please go ahead. Your line is coming in broken, please. I'm not getting you clearly. Can you change your location, please?
No, not clear.
Yeah, just change your location and call back. Beg you, because the line is so bad. Thank you. So again, 077-959-959, 077-959-959 is the number to call and make your input on the program.
Mr. Pajibo?
Yeah.
Yes,
the pictures you just saw there and the size you saw there.
I think somebody is calling back.
There's somebody that doing well.
Hello?
No, let's.
It's Apostle Kear, aka International. I'm calling from Mumbai.
Okay.
My brother, everything in this country is on political side. What do I mean? If this government is doing the right thing, we will say it. If they're not doing the right thing, we will say it. But virtue of the fact the city is dirty. City is dirty. They are fish all over the place. But it is not why the government is doing good, the government is not doing good. The fact remains that all places that you people with me and share the picture. So it is true, it is not a man-made story. It's a factual truth. Those areas, they need cleaning. They need good sanitation. This is the reason why you see people are dying on a daily basis. And the fact remains that we don't have even good health care in the country. People are dying every day in GMK. Now what we consider is the place just for killing. So the fact here is, what can we do? What can our government
JFK,
do?
just for killing.
Aware, clean and taken care of. People should not say that, oh, it's about that cleaning. Cleaning where? Cleaning where? Why you clean? You don't clean nowhere. Thank you, brother.
Right.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Guys, and let me just add to this what the last caller said, right? I want us to be afraid to give any political statement or whatever it is. The good thing about Kear Radio will have no political affiliation. So if we're making our political points, we shouldn't apologize for any reason because these are facts. We're talking about your political party. So we shouldn't apologize for any comment. We will have to go to corrective action. Go ahead, James. I hear you trying to enter.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much. I hope I'm clear.
Yeah, you are better now. Go ahead, please. Your name and where did you join us from?
I'm basically calling for Slavery.
Okay.
Yeah, you see the topic you're discussing is very important. But let's admit, in the Liberian, we are not civilized, we pretend to be civilized. What do I mean? If you organize a football match now to SKB, the very Liberians that deserve cleanliness, when they go on our SKB, when you please start to strong passes there everywhere, after the game, the next thing when you see the sea, you'll be afraid. Knowing that on the sea, there's a Jerry King, but they don't do it. You understand? They don't do it, but when they're ready, they say, look at Ghana, look at Guinea, and do like this. We making comparison. Now, let's come to the slum community. In the slum community, say there is no gathering site, a verified gathering site. We start them out on a swamp and just don't go anywhere. That one part, no control for that. They come there anywhere because they put people whatsoever there where I live. So all these things can be beaten to the area of the city. Then the marketing association, they collecting money in all the marketplaces, all the market houses in Monrovia here. But they are not contributing. Expect the marketing associates to be the one to collect their own garbage from the market side. But instead, they will go spend money. After selling, they leave all the cartoon in there. The pork cartoon, fish cartoon, anything they open to the market, they will leave it for government to clean it. For God's sake, who are they harming? When they come out foreign money, they will start Jerry. Jerry.
All right. Thank you for
let me just say something to what to what he just said, and which is true. We are citizens of Liberia. Liberians, listen to us. We walk in the street, we drink water and put the trash on the floor.
Yeah.
Which is true. I don't know, we learn it from our government officials or we learn it from the people. So nobody cares. Everybody just doing their own thing. And he just talked about the Liberian market. I ask myself the question every day: the money that is collected from the marketeers, where the money going? It going to government account? No, nobody knows. That is why the marketing association every day there's a problem. But we ourselves, we eat, we drop the water, we drop the bottle in the street, we throw it through the window. We say, oh yes, if I don't put it there, there will be no job. We ourselves not cleaning the house. Let's be honest here. We are not even cleaning in front of our own houses. With all these things we put in, these were all diets made by us. We throw it there, we drop it there. Water, that's a place we're supposed to look at. Sony went, look at Buse Quarter. That place used to be clean. But look at the drainage. In fact, it was more than that. They just took us some. Yes, we know it's not an easy thing, but we ourselves, we're not doing the right thing. We're not helping ourselves, our own help's sake. Please, let us do the best thing. We want to hold the government so hard, but then when I turn around, then I see you putting a day. We won't hold the government feet to the fire, but then when we turn around again, we see you doing something different. It can be government. But we're learning it from them. We're learning it from somebody. That is not how Liberia was before. Every Saturday, Andrew, they will tell you, say, you're going to cut this place before you even eat your breakfast. Every Saturday, you see people washing. We know there's no water. But what about the other areas? Let's forget about the city. The city is so congested. What people are living in District 17, are living in Lokintown, Nukrutown, you go to the same old thing. We're not in the city, but it's the same thing. Everywhere it just cluster up. They're shrinking. I don't know if they're shrinking or they're just building on the road, all kinds of things. Now everything is on the ground. We got to break some houses down. That is why demolition is going. We got to break some houses. More I say, listen, we can't go the other way. We got to clean it. The place is all clogged up. So that's the problem now we're going through. So we got to do it some kind of way. Everybody got to tie the belt. Okay, and you want to open the line or?
Hello, good evening. This topic is very, very interesting.
That's the thing.
My brother, look, let me tell you something. I want to just give you some analysis, and I stand to be protest. We, the 60 born, we have. Hello?
Your live, go ahead, please.
We have upbringing.
Yes, go ahead.
These people they operated on system. When the government tell you, say, look, I want for this floor to be clean. When you wash the floor, when he comes to house, he will do. He will put his shoe on the floor and look at it. When they're on it, we tell you, never wash the floor, you lie. What am I saying? Before Liberia can be clean, there must be a system instituted by the government. The government is the art of God. What you see today, Ghana, Nigeria, all these places, when you go to Lagos, you go to Abuja, it's almost like you are in Europe. Go to Yamoussoukro, you go to Ofoisdale, it's almost like you are in Europe. Why? Because there are systems put in place.
Standards.
That's clear. All on the streets. Brother, I went to Lagos in Maryland. I got down, I went to go pee. I just went on the post, I started pee. At the end of the day, I was asked to pay 25,000 naira, otherwise I go to jail for 1 month. These are precedents. These are systems.
You
know, just Lagos and drop the banana there or the paper out. That particular bus, they will change that bus, and the driver and the conductor, they will flog them. So based on that, you are eating anything the contractor, that boss will tell you, look, Oga, make you don't drop this here, make you put it for this truck here, make you don't drop it through the window. But here in Liberia, there's no such thing. For example, later on, in Madam Ellen Johnson's police administration, she added a section. Today it is working. Why? Every first Saturday, my brother, every store will be closed from in the morning till 10 o'clock. Everybody should clean their surrounding. It is still working. Why is it working? Because there was a policy instituted by government. Until Liberia can be clean, Mr. Walker, our president that was elected, should put system in place. It didn't happen 25 years ago. It doesn't mean that it cannot happen today. It can happen today. Only one single man was the one that fought today in America, Christopher Columbus. It was not a group of people. So Walker now administration can put this person into place and it will be effectuated. Thank you very much. This is Real Power International. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you.
you.
Okay, let's we have gone 1 hour 31 minutes. We want to tell you thank you for listening to us. And please share the video. Go on YouTube and Kear Network. And don't forget, follow Kear Radio 95.9 and on Facebook also. And share the video, call your friends, let them know that hey, there's a new radio station on the block. We're going places. Be a part of it and also join the chat room. And as we said, we are in the middle. We owe loyalty to no political party, no individual. We only speak to the Liberian people and we fight for the Liberian people, and we are here to do so. But while we're waiting, I just want to take our mind back. You know, these are some of the things that we did when the Kear Foundation started. For those of you listening to us by Facebook and YouTube, these are some of the works that we were going through.
Here again,
And this house was
right
too messed up. Okay, let me just.
around the
This is
house.
how it was looking. It was like this
The-
before. Mission. Okay. This is the house right there. When we met this house, it was just like this. People were living in this place. You could see the sky, and you could see when it rained, they would never sleep. So Christopher Kear and his wife, and through the Kear Foundation, and decided that listen, we got to come in and help. They know these people from nowhere. It's just something that took to them, and they said, listen, we got to do something. And that is how they came and they decided to fix this in place. And this is some of the work that was going on here. And
has been completed.
so
Has been
they
completed
just
already.
all these things, we put this thing there. When you look at it,
So
all
it's all
everywhere was
around.
broken up. Now we yeah.
The other day we came here, it stopped just over there where that small container is or gallon. But now it's complete. It's all around the house and stuff. So
Okay, so just a short video. But if you also listen by Facebook, don't forget May 10th, we will be launching the foundation in PA at the Nimini Mall, and that the flights is all around, and you can come in and support us. We know all the big boys. We're going to send you ticket. We got ticket up to $250. It's not about what you're going to enjoy, but it's the cost that what matters. We got ticket for 200. We got ticket for 150. We got $50 ticket. So if you want to be a grand patron or master patron to sit at the top, you can come in. You want to be a chief patron, you are free to do so. But listen, we want your help. We want to share that we've been doing there to help our children for schools, our health care. There are a lot of things. We are not in a position to take over the entire country, but we want to help. We want to Liberians who are doing all these things. Let's say for care. You know, anytime I bring this, Chris, you are the one who brought up this whole idea before bringing Andrew, myself, and other people on board. You were sitting down this day, you just said, listen, I got to do this. God bless me now. I think I alone cannot just eat at the table. Maybe I have people at the table. So just 2 minutes of your time. Just tell us if you can sit back and see, because this house, I know how much we spend to fix this house. I've never seen a Liberian. I'll be honest with you today. Yes, I've seen organization building houses for people, But for you to just jump up from nowhere and say, listen, I will take 5, 10,000 of my money or 6,000 to fix that house and let the people sleep in it. So how you feeling today?
Actually, I'm feeling okay, but I wish we could do more. But those are just the rudimentary aspect of our project, and we want to be able to cover the entirety of Liberia, not just Monrovia. So this is just the beginning, and just this is exactly what we're talking about, right? If you're in a position you want to actually be able to help other people, that grab somebody's hand from the ground and lift them up. So by riding, big cars, and you ride in the street, dirt and other things around you, it's not living a very, like your dream. You have to be able to help other people. So we took upon ourselves to be able this particular family when I think we were doing our outing broadcasting, and when they saw this particular family, they said when it's raining in their house, the rain pulls directly on them. They can't sleep. They'll be up. So I said, no, I can, sit and see this family going through this. So I intervened at the time. So this is what, it was, this was the result of what we started. And we want to be able to do more, like in sanitation, health, education, agriculture sectors. This is even for the sanitation aspect of it. We want to be able to build wells, the fountain to provide safe drinking water for over 2, 3 communities at once. Not just the hand pump. The hand pump is just a microwave exercise of fixing a problem. How I consider it. So we want to be able to do like the city latrines that we were talking about the last time, or we're just looking for a particular land to do these things.
Yeah.
We don't have lands, and we don't have the ability to do it in the city. So we want to, if anybody can reach out to us and say, listen, I got this land, a piece of land, you guys can use it to build some latrines in the city. We'll build some very good community latrines that people can use, to help curb some of these deficiencies and open latrine issues, that the lack of sanitation aspect in the city. So we want to be able to do more, but it will come at the expense of the citizens, the government, and also the loving people of Liberia. So one person cannot do it. The organization Kear Humanitarian Foundation itself cannot do everything. We're asking the public and the government to intervene to help us to make this a global exercise for everybody to benefit in the cities of Liberia.
Thank you. And to Andrew, to Kelvin, to show that we are very interested in this water and sanitation thing, the CEO and Andrew and myself, we will bring you back to have a whole presentation, but not in that studio. Maybe we might do it in the foundation conference room, and we want to invite other communities dwellers to listen to you, because from some of the questions someone just asked you, what we should do, how we should build this, we want to get you involved to say, listen, this is what we do. So maybe we might invite some people around, and we'll sit in the conference room, and you will do that display, and we'll go live for other people to see it. Because I will tell you right now, I've learned a lot, because I could just go in a community and say, oh, we need well. Oh, y'all put a well right here. But when we look around, we see one toilet all the way up the hill, and we say we're helping the people, but then we're killing them. So at least we have learned something, but we want to use you to have a whole presentation, and you alone with that camera talking to the Liberian people, say, listen, this is what we need to do. And we will make sure that the communities, especially in that district we're in right now, that they will come and sit in. Maybe other people will try to get people from other places that will come and sit in and listen to you, and you lecture to them. It will be a big help to the communities. So we want to say, listen, we talk about it. And for those of you listening to us, if you in other communities and get to the radio station, if your community leader You can get to us. We will try to transport you to be part of this thing what we're about to start. But it's very important. This whole water and sanitation thing is very important. I think we can change. We'll try our best, but it doesn't mean that we can reach all over the place. Even the great United Nations will not be able to do that. So, Andrew, you want to come in before we try to start to take our leave?
So it's a more of a closing.
No, we got about 5 more minutes. We'll go back to this to we got to go back and they will look at. You got a list there, James?
Yeah, I got a list.
James,
But
and
yeah, yeah.
this boy give you any list? And Jefferson?
No, he didn't give me a list, but I think I got a few persons here. He has to call. Some of them said they called before, and some is their first time calling.
Okay, then we'll decide. We'll
Yeah,
look on the main list. We'll give it to them later.
But
Okay.
yeah, but
Y'all can do that. Y'all can just pick a winner and let us know. And
Yes, we'll pick the winner, and then next week Sunday we'll announce the name from there. But for those of people who call for today, they will give them a call too. Okay, guys, I think we can give our closing right now, and let's start with Andrew, and then from there we'll go down to the CEO, and then we come up, and then we or if Kelvin rushing, then maybe we can start with Kelvin.
I'm not rushing. I'm still here. I'm doing my duty.
Okay,
When
good.
you're
So
doing your duty.
okay, so let us start with. I don't know if I should start with Andrew.
you start
Because
with
Andrew will
Andrew.
take
And
everything from
Andrew, I'll give the
Andrew.
closing.
If Andrew close, I mean we'll close him for good now. Because if Andrew close, he will cover everything we want to say.
I'll,
Go ahead, bro,
leave,
Andrew.
I'll leave some for
You see,
Bajibo. Well, Bajibo,
go ahead, boss.
to our Liberian people, for people of Monrovia and people listen to us from other parts of Liberia, we love you so much that our concern for your health is the reason why we are holding such discussion, and for the many weeks that we've been trying to run the discussion. When you are well, we are all well and we'll feel happy. In fact, that should be the responsibility of the government, that when you are well, the government itself is well. When you are well, the workforce that is in the field is safe to do other things. So the issue of water and sanitation remains very key. It's a health concern. It's a major concern for our well-being. It's a concern for our happiness. It's a concern as to the future that we all look for. Now, but if we don't plan well, we are headed for a real disaster. Already, water and sanitation is a crisis in Liberia. Government, I mean, you are listening to us. Our representatives, our district representatives, our senators, our community dwellers. In fact, let's begin from the level of the community leaders. The community leaders are the plant level, or they are at the flow level to really feel the pinch as to what our people are feeling in the communities. From the communities, it goes now as a district, because every district has a community leader. But the community leaders need to wake up. They need to wake up. We have a health crisis in Liberia. The water and sanitation issue is something that you should not take lightly. Hold your meetings. Leave these issues. Go as a petition to your district representatives. The district representative need to also call on their senators. If these things are not done, government will take a ride of you. The president and other government officials will not even have a respect for you. You need to wake up and know that our people are at risk. Speak out or nobody will hear you. If possible, again, we're not in politics, but if possible, the community need to even stage protest marches against their leaders. The community need to stage the protest marches We need these changes in our community. It's everybody concerned. We need to do the best we can. If we don't do so, it's going to be a problem. Whatever efforts government have also made, I think it is incumbent upon us that whatever is available, we also should have a collective effort to maintain these things. If we do not maintain them, we run the risk of having more problems for them. I know that we say this topic is going to we're going to suspend it for a while, but we have been beating on the community dwellers to speak out. I think it's about time for the government of Liberia, through the Water and Sewer Corporation, to be able to clarify certain issues. The government owes that clarity to the Liberian people. We are overlooking our people. We are running our people through a risk. The services are very poor. The services are very dismal. The services are such that we are facing a health crisis in the country. Right now, our concern is just about Monrovia, but we're more about the interior. If we don't have a system in Monrovia, there's no way that we can ever have a working system in the rest of the country. So I'm sure the president is listening to us. The Minister of Health is listening to us. The Water and Sewer Corporation Director is listening. The Monrovia City Corporation is also listening. The Pittsburgh City Corporation is listening. The rest of the other city corporations in the various counties are also listening. This is a wake-up call for health crisis in our country. If we do not do anything, we are undermining our own health, our longevity, our health system, and sooner or later people die that we don't even believe. Let's save the life by being able to educate our people. Let's save the life by government intervention. The pollution, the typhoid, the days that is going on, it's all about the poor water and sanitation system that we have in the country, the poor health system that is in the country. Until we can speak to these things, until government can play its role, until the representatives can play their role, until the senators can play their role, our citizens are at risk as to what we are trying to work towards. Again, CEO and the rest of the panelists, this has been a very great show. It has always been great. Let's continue to speak out these things. Let our people be able to hear these things, that the government be able to also intervene. If we do so, we are saving our country for the long run. Thank you.
Okay, and I see we got a blackish on the other side. I don't know. Okay. And hello, you can. No. I think we're back on. And go ahead and CEO, and then from that, and Kelvin will just summarize, and then, but
Yeah, everything okay in the studio? You can hear them?
yeah, everything is fine. Everything on now.
Everything is fine. Everything is fine.
Okay. I just want to say thank you to everybody on the show, the panelists, Mr. Kear, General Kelvin. I just want to say formally that we're going to be using you for our sanitation segment every time. So this whole exercise is going to be circular, okay? Because we have 4 pillars that we're actually going to be treating. So we won't discuss, anytime we're discussing sanitation, we'll reach out to you because you sound, you are a paragon when it comes to sanitation discussion. So I just want to say thank you for your opulent knowledge that you have given to the Liberian people. I think a lot of the people in that country need to hear it because it saves lives. To be able to be knowledgeable about your condition and your surroundings. So some of these things that we're discussing not just rest on the shoulders of the government. The citizens themselves have the ability, the responsibility as well. But the government has to be the key leading player. Because if the government sets the boundaries, and let's say, for example, if some of these areas were clean, or some of the pollution that we saw in some of these exhibits were cleaned, and the government laid down certain rules and regulations and say There no littering here. If you litter here, you will be there will be some, you'll be punished. And but we're not doing it. So the citizens that walk the streets, they just eat and put it right in the streets. And but if the government take the lead and say, well, we will clean the rest of the city here, but anybody that does this will be punished. That will be actually exercise or implemented by the police in the streets and stuff like that. And people, when one or two persons get some type of punishment, severe punishment, I think the rest of it will trickle down to the rest of the citizens that walks the street in Monrovia. So this is a very key issue that when it comes to sanitation, because that's our well-being. The entire body is made out of 65% of water. So the water that goes into your system is very crucial to your survival. Okay, so we have to take this very seriously. I don't know what our guys. I don't know if we should make this our last segment when it comes to sanitation, or y'all want us to still discuss it further. I don't know, because our next segment will be agriculture. So that's what I want us to do. So what y'all think?
I think this will be the last, but we got to set it up with Kelvin to have that thing where we can invite people from the community and then he can just educate them a little bit.
Yeah.
So that could be a special thing.
Community
We could do it. We could do that before even the program are coming up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kelvin, that's it. Mr. Kear, thanks to the Liberian people. Looking forward to speaking with you next Sunday. Kelvin, take it, Mark.
Well, thank you, CEO, for the time. I just want to stress two key points, and they are going to be salient for us. It's going to help us a lot. One, I think my brother just spoke on the issue when it comes to the LMA, the Liberal Marketing Association. They collect money, but then they are not functional, honestly speaking. Now, when it comes to this, we got a lot of water factories in Liberia. I think in your role, you need to be innovative in your role. And when you are innovative in your role, what happens is that people see that you are on top of your game. What do I mean? I work with LMA, and I know maybe I'm a director or I'm some kind of inspector. The first thing I do is that I look for the biggest water factory around town. Because one of the problems we have in the sachets are all on the street. Bottles are all on the street. Get to those people, talk to them. You can get an iron drum. There are ways in which you can save those things and you will not see them in the street. When you have those iron drums, you mop them up, call community meeting, create a community dialogue forum, give them, use some of drums, those iron drums that the the fuel oil can come from in, the car grease can come from in.
Right.
You buy, boil them on, cover community dialogue meeting, share with the community, and tell them you are the security to this barrel we're giving you. So you get it along the street and make sure you guide them, protect them. We don't want them to get missing. So once these barrels are along the road, I don't think if I drink water and see no plastic around on the ground, I will drop it on the ground. It's not possible. Right. It speaks to your inner man. For the fact you see your place looking clean, and you even want to urinate, and you see that place looking clean, it speaks to your inner man. Someone will tell you that the place you don't have to do so because this place is clean. So directly that person will go and drop that into the drum. That one aspect of it. The next thing is that this program is good, it's educated, it's innovative. But the next thing is that I'm appealing to the body to see how we can formulate something, meaning that we need to do a little survey to inform us on what we need to do. Though people are calling from the various community, they are saying what they are saying is the truth. But for me, I like documentaries, because for the fact that you do a survey, it informs you. For example, the community we found the registration or the foundation is situated in. If we just decide to do a survey, it's going to inform us. Though people are calling, they are also informing us, but we have a document that's telling us 95% is saying this and 5% is saying this. Then we know directly on how we can move about doing what we need to do. So it's an appeal to the body that we sit down, think about it, discuss it, and see how we can create a tool, a working tool, and have some people being trained, send them in the field, and we can collect the data and look at the data. From there, we can see how we can be informed and do what we need to do. So thank you very much for the time. I appreciate it. Anytime you call me, my doors are open, my windows are open. I'm waiting to fly. I'm waiting to talk about WASH issue. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So there's Kevin, just at a point. I'm sorry. So when we're doing our own project when it comes to the sanitation segment, we want to do like the reservoir, but we'll, like you said, we'll have you on board to be a guardian for us in any project we want to have in the future in the sanitation field. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay, guys, thank you very much for those of you who listening and those who make the call. Want to say thank you for calling and keep on following the station. Let people know about the station. Let people know about the Care Humanitarian Organization. Yes, we help people. Not everybody who can help. It mean I will forget about you, but your blessing will come one day. So please let us have a good time. Continue to share because if you want to hear from us, you will know you will hear through the radio station. So we want you to promote the radio station. Once you promote the radio station, you will hear about the Care Humanitarian Foundation. That means whatever we're about to do, we will. You will get informed. We're thinking about putting a latrine around some areas, but we're looking for land. We're not telling you to give us your private land and tell us, no, if you're doing it, you got to give us people. That means it's for the community. And we're not going to put it in your backyard. We want to put it to a decent place. We want you to live in a decent, we're not just want to put a latrine that you can just go sit on top of. No, a decent place like you in your own home. So these are some of the things that we plan to do. So I want to say thank you again. Thanks, CEO. Thanks, Andrew. And let's turn it over to James. James, you can take it from there. Those are the people who make the calls. They will hear from us. And next week, we'll be announcing the winner. And go ahead and Kelvin, I see you put your hands up.
Yeah. So General, so like you were
Yep.
saying, so I think we need to do a MOU, memorandum of understanding, that you are giving us this parcel of land and going to be
Yes.
stamped and signed by you.
Yeah.
Because we don't want problem tomorrow. Because I noticed that with this group, Water Aid Liberia, they come and see your well, and then they develop the well to a hand pump. But guess what? The owner of the land starts to claim that identical property, and they have some memorandum of understanding. So I think we need to also look at that to guide us in the process, not somebody taking ownership of whatsoever Care Foundation will construct, because
Right.
it's happening around right now. So we're going to do a memorandum of understanding that you are giving the parcel of land to Care Foundation. It's not going to be for you, it's going to be for the community
Yeah.
use.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's
Yeah,
why
or
I'm
else they want to start stopping people from going there. So
So-
we do not do it in Banjo. We trying to get the commissioner to give us a free. Somebody volunteer, but it's the same thing. They don't want to sign that paper. So I say, you know what? I'm not going to go there because we can't put something in your backyard and tomorrow you start stopping the people from doing it. So I want to say thank you again, Kevin. Thanks, Andrew, and the CEO, and to myself and to our audience. And next week, Sunday, we will call the winner, the person who recommended the highest. We will call you. And for those of you who called today, you will hear from us. We will send you something for your scratch card. Okay, go ahead. Take it from there, James.
Yeah, so it has been a wonderful and great show here today. So I'd like to say thanks to all of you in Radio Land and following us online for your input today. We'll be here next week, Sunday again, as I said, with another fascinating edition that will grab your attention and then bring you closer to interesting topics that matter to you. So thank you again. Keep following Kear Radio 95.9. You can follow us online on our YouTube page. It's Kear Communications Network. You can also follow us on Facebook, Kear Radio 95.9 or Kear TV. So thank you. And by God's willing, next week we're going to be back here with another fresh edition of the program, Conversation with the Vision Bearer. And we're talking health matters, health, agriculture, education, and sanitation.
Yes, and the topic for next week is agriculture.
Okay. So next
And-
week is yeah, go ahead, General.
Yeah, agriculture, Andrew.
Yeah.
Agriculture, what? Small agriculture, community backyard gardens, or what?
Well, I mean, let us not give it. I mean, whatever scope, but I think it is the essence of it to the country own development and see what we can speak from there.
All right.
Yeah.
Do we have somebody on that already?
We wish we can get a minister. You got someone in your area?
I got somebody in that area who myself work together too. Also, the person used to, I got to the large farming cultivation and the kitchen garden aspect that you were just talking about. So that's what I'm asking.
Okay. So let's do it behind closed door.
We'll do it behind closed door and talk about it.
Okay.
We'll let you know. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much. Have a good day. God bless you. And don't forget, keep tuning in to the Care Radio. The number one radio in town right now, whether you like it or not, we are the best. We are the best, the best, the best, the best, the best. And
Thank
we
you,
got the
guys.
best
Thank you
guys
so
too.
much.
Okay, bye for now.
All right, thank you. Thank you, guys.
Here Radio 95.9, the station that makes a difference. From the sunrise to the moonshine, where the beats never cease and the melodies release. This is the station of our time.